If you're thinking about a 10-foot Jon Boat, or you've already got one and want to know how fast it will go with different size mud motors, then this video is for you. Buckle up, buttercup, I'm finna show you. Send it. So this Tracker Topper 10 behind me is our Project Jon Boat that we call Project Pocket Rocket because it's tiny and we're trying to make it go really fast. We should have called it Project Sketchy McSketcherson because this is the most sketchiest Jon Boat I have ever been in my life. It is advertised as a 10-foot wide by 36-inch bottom. It is not. It is 36 inches wide in the very, very back near the transom, but as the boat comes forward, it gets skinnier and skinnier. And up here in the front, it is a whopping 32 inches wide. So this boat is really only for one full-size human, like a person like me who weighs 240 and is 6 foot tall. Putting two people in this boat and expecting it to still float and not take a swim, that's on you if you decide to do that. But the total weight capacity rating of this boat is only 320 pounds, and that's with motor, gear, persons, and everything. But don't try any of the stuff that you are about to see at home today because we are going to go way over the weight capacity of this boat. I mean, like, way, way over it. So my good buddy Chris and also the owner of Freedom Lube, who are the ones that donated the boat to us for Project Pocket Rocket, went out and helped me with all of the testing and filming for this video. So the first motor up for testing was the Predator 212, which we put on a small mud motor kit. So for me at 240 pounds, it's depending on which gas station I'm coming out of, that's about how much I weigh. I was able to reach a top speed consistently of around 14.5 miles an hour. I did bump 15 for like a split second, but we're just gonna call it 14.5, but that was the highest that I reached was 15. Now, Freedom Lube Chris took it out, and he weighs a lot less than me. He's about like 170. He's a little string bean thing. So with him having a little bit less weight, he was able to get up to 14.8 as a steady top speed, and he actually bumped 15.8 at one time. So then we both decided to jump in this little death machine and see what it would do with both of us, which is way over the weight capacity. Do not do this. We wanted to see what it would do with both of us in the boat.
Two of us in the boat. This should be interesting.
Man.
As if it wasn't sketchy enough with just one.
Yeah, if we die, at least it's on a camera. Actually, that's bad. Delete this. The life insurance company doesn't need to see this.
So the little 212 Predator that could got us to a whopping 9.6 miles per hour average top speed. We did bump 10 just a few seconds, you know, at different points during the run, but about 9.6 was as much as we were going to get. That boat was struggling.
All right, so the fastest we got was 10. It was our guess. Our guess was 10 with both of us.
Yeah, that's
not bad. It's still sketchy. Super sketchy.
Don't move. We're turning around.
I'm holding my breath.
And then next up comes the Predator 420, which is the 13 horsepower Harbor Freight motor. We ran it on a medium-sized kit. And with just me in the boat, I played around with prop sizes a little bit. I settled on about an 8.5-inch prop, and I was able to get a top speed of 20 miles an hour. I did bump 23 a few times, but it was like I was having to pull up on the handle real hard, just really buried in, and I was having to balance my weight and kind of lean towards the front of the boat. But about 20 was the average speed, and like I said, 23 was really, really pushing it. Now, Freedom Lube Chris, on the other hand, is not as experienced with mud motors as I am, and he was a little bit apprehensive about going that fast on this little teeny tiny death machine. Even with him being lighter, just not being as used to running mud motors as I am, he was only able to get a top speed of 16 miles an hour. He did bump 17 at one point, but he just really didn't know how to get a good handle on that motor and bury the prop down in the water so that he could get some extra speed like I did.
We got both of us in the boat now. Do not do this. We are only about 4 or 5 inches out of the water.
So in the name of science, we both risk sinking our little pocket rocket, and we managed to pull out a 16-mile-an-hour top speed on the 420 Predator motor with both of us in the boat. We did bump 17 at one point, but it wasn't for very long. But 16 was our top speed that we were able to maintain for a good distance. And seeing how dangerously close the boat was to taking on way too much water for it to be safe to actually operate, we opted not to put the 670 mud motor on there without adding float pods. Now, we're still in the process of testing out the float pods and figuring out how we're going to get it to work with the 670 motor. If you want to see a more in-depth video about it, I'll leave a link right up here here, but we're still in the testing phase. We've got a couple more things to try out before we really figure out what the top speed is. Now, we'll do some updates in the future, but as of right now, today, the fastest I have gone with the Predator 670 motor on Project Pocket Rocket is 22, and that was only at half throttle. But unfortunately, I kind of caught that 670 motor on fire during our stainless steel prop test. If you haven't seen that video, you can go check it out up here. So we're waiting for some new parts to come in for that one, and as soon as we get them in, we'll be back out there and see how fast we can get this bad boy to go. Now, they do make a 301 size Predator motor, which I think is like an 8 horsepower or something like that. I don't have one, but I can imagine that it would probably run a little bit faster than the 212, and it's probably the best option for a 10-foot boat if you're going to be, you know, putting any kind of weight in it other than just one person. But I definitely don't recommend putting 2 people in that boat because it is way overweight capacity and it is super sketchy. If somebody sneezes, the other person is going out the other side of the boat. Guarantee. Just riding around with the 420 motor on the back of that boat, the boat was pretty much doing wheelies the entire time.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This edition of the Haters Corner is brought to you in part by Haterade and pork rinds, because who doesn't love pork rinds? Those things are freaking awesome. If you're not familiar with the Haters Corner, what we like to do in every video is stand in a corner and see who was the most butthurt in the comments section over the last couple of weeks. Oh, and we know people are sensitive, so we don't use their real names. We just call them Scooter. So over on my DIY wood transom video, old Scooter decided to comment, I use boards from an old outhouse. What in the hell is wrong with you people? Well, I get it. You know, lumber's kind of expensive right now, so I mean, get it where you can. I mean, whatever. In our last video where we were testing out the stainless steel prop and I tried to destroy it unsuccessfully, I was using, one of the things I was using to try to destroy the prop was a piece of firewood, and I was like, oh, we got some seasoned oak. Well, Scooter comments, what do you season your firewood with? I personally like the Montreal steak. And me being the, you know, smart butt that I am, I responded back. I was like, I usually go for a little Dale, some paprika, and a splash of lime juice for that extra zing. And another Scooter jumped in and he was like, the lime juice is where it's at. It's about balancing the acidity of the lime with the smooth sipping flavor of the oak. Y'all are nuts, but you keep me laughing. I love it. Y'all are hilarious. Then over on the Gator Glide installation video, Scooter posted, left when you said Jesus Christ. I'll keep that in mind. We'll start throwing in some Allahs and Buddhas here and there whenever I remember, but Lord, people are sensitive. And then also on that same video, the Gator Glide video, another Scooter commented, you talk too dang much. Get to it already. And normally I would just delete comments like this, but I was feeling extra spicy that day, so I said, where can I find the requirements for how long I'm allowed to talk on a YouTube video? They didn't teach us in YouTube school. They just told us to be detailed, and if people didn't like what they see, they can go deep throat a chainsaw. And then last but not least, Scooter struck outside of the comments section. I was actually over on Tiny Boat Nation's live YouTube stream the other night, and I was helping out answering questions in the chat. And Scooter goes, scraping off my Tiny Boat Nation stickers. Videos were better before sponsors and partners, etc. Which was a total lie on Scooter's part. He actually emailed me and asked me if I could send him his new bumper sticker for his boat. I got it right here. It'll be in the mail for you soon, Scooter. Now, we're going to roll those bloopers here for you in just a second, but first let us take a moment and always remember, money can't buy happiness, but it can buy you a boat. And it can also buy you some really cool bumper stickers if you're into that kind of stuff. Bye, guys. If you ever wondered what a 10-foot... I almost said if you ever wondered what one looks like. That's what it looks like. Owner of Freedom Lube, why is this so difficult? Oh, much better. So this track, I did not plug the mic in. Oh my God.
Whatever you do, don't move. Turn it around.
So my good buddy Chris and the owner of Freedom Lube, who so graciously, he is not gracious. Why did I say that? That man is a psychopath, just like me. But one full-size person is about all I would recommend, or maybe 2 midgets. I don't know, you probably fit 3 midgets in there, depending on how, chunky they are.